And there's this quote by Stephen Covey that says, "We see the world not as it is, but as we are, or as we are conditioned to see it." It helps you ask yourself why you interpret certain situations a certain way. I was reminded of this not too long ago. I went out to the park to jog, and it's a really beautiful park. There's a lake, and there was this structure sitting right by the lake, and I loved how the waters reflected that little house by the lake. So I decided to take a picture that day, and so I took the picture, and then I realized that my camera offered the options to change the filter on the camera before taking the picture. So I was like, you know what? So I started changing the filters, and I realized that the camera took the same picture, the same scene, but the photo that it took kind of gave off a different vibe based on the filter. And that had me thinking about perspective. When I came back and I looked at it, I was like, this is the same scene, this is the same structure, the same everything, but the filter kind of really changes things about this whole picture. It brought home to me the importance of perspective. As leaders, it's important for us to check our perspective and to ask ourselves why we look at things a certain way. Do we tend to have a positive perspective or a negative perspective? Do we tend to see the bright side, or do we see, the gray side, or do we see stuff in grayscale, or do we see stuff like dark? Okay. So, and also we have to ask ourselves, when we face challenges, do we see opportunities in those challenges, or do we tell ourselves, oh my God, I've arrived at the dead end? So you see, perspective is important because it helps us push through, and then most importantly, it helps us see the good in others.